Hey guys, today we're going to practice rewriting negative exponents as fractions. Something that you should remember from your regular math class is that a negative exponent does not represent a negative number. It actually just represents a fraction. So the way that you would rewrite 2 to the negative third as a fraction is you always start with a numerator of 1. Then your denominator just comes from your base, which in this case is 2, and then your exponent, this negative 3, you change to a positive value of 3. So 2 to the negative third is the same as 1 over 2 to the third. If you were asked to evaluate that or simplify it, all that means is multiply out these 2's. So 1 over 2 to the third is the same as 1 over 2 times 2 times 2, because remember, the exponent just represents how many times you multiply the base by itself. So 1 over 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. So this whole thing is equal to 1 over 8. Let's take a look at one that is a little different. What if I had 1 over 3 squared? Well, notice I already have a fraction, and I can see that the denominator has an exponent. So this means if I were to rewrite this without the fraction, then I just pull out my base of 3, and then I grab out this exponent of 2, and the way I get rid of the fraction is by making it negative. Let's take a look at one more. If I had negative 7 to the power of negative 4, the first thing that should jump out at you is the fact that you have a negative exponent. And remember, a negative exponent doesn't mean a negative number, it just means you're working with a fraction. So to write this as a fraction, 1 will be my numerator, my number on top. My base is negative 7. I'm going to keep that whole thing, and I'm going to keep it in parentheses. And then the last piece is just take this exponent, this negative 4, and it becomes positive 4, because when you rewrite it as a fraction, you get rid of the negative. If you were to evaluate this or simplify it, you would just be multiplying negative 7 times negative 7 times negative 7 times negative 7 on the bottom. And I'm not going to make you do all that right now, but just remember that if you're asked to evaluate or simplify, that means actually go through and multiply those out so that you end up with one answer. 1 over, this would be some big number. Your turn to practice.